what's up people, it's your boy the Kryptonian saying here, bringing you a review for One Piece chapter 453, and wow, this was a really fun chapter. I love the end where you got Brook, he's falling from the sky, and he said, I'm falling because I'm a bone man, like, because he's a skeleton. I thought that was pretty cool, but the highlight of this chapter for me is to see Nico Robin. Just when I think I got her abilities figured out, she can fly. Man, you can't tell me. If Sanji was there, Sanji be like, oh Robin, you're like an angel. You're so beautiful and you can fly. Marry me, baby. You know Sanji's gonna do something like that. Like Sanji is gonna get a big gallon of pirate Gatorade and he's gonna drink it to quench his thirst. Like, this is gonna be so crazy when Sanji sees this. And especially given the getup that Nico Robin's in, you know automatically this dude Sanji is going to have a field day. I cannot wait until Oda has those two together because it's going to be pure comedy, man. But the reason why I like that is you see Robin and Franky using a good bit of teamwork. I thought that was pretty interesting, you know, to see them teaming up like that where Robin, she can only fly for 5 seconds. But when you look at Franky, he's got the coup de booms and he's able to basically use the cola to power the blast that is strong enough to kind of send them flying away, to use the directions. I thought that was cool. The coup de vent where the bridge, like the passageway gets, the connected passageway, all the zombies fall down to the ground. I thought that that was a pretty cool thing. Very smart. And it just shows me that, like, I was right when I said Franky would be a very useful addition, but I didn't see Oda using them in this way. This was pretty good, man, you know, and it makes sense that a guy like Franky, who's built like 9,000 battleships and turned himself into a cyborg, Franky has some very unorthodox ways of doing things, and it's pretty interesting to see how Oda's using him. And just when you think that Franky's only good for comedic relief, he pulls out something pretty epic, man. This was really fun to see that part, man, and it just makes the payoff so much better because you see once again like Robin's teaming up with somebody. We got a small taste of it during the Davy back arc where she's working with Nami and you see it, it's like, oh, okay, maybe. And now we're seeing after Eames Lobby where, no, like Robin is forming actual connections, and it's a very beautiful touch to have it be with the newest member of the crew, because essentially they're the two newest members. And I think literally they're the two newest members anyway, but Robin, in a sense, along with Usopp, they rejoined the crew because they left for a period. So I thought that that was pretty cool to see that. Now, to go to the whole Usopp thing, this is why I love Usopp, man. Like, I remember a while back, like, when I first got introduced to Usopp, I kept telling you guys, I was like, oh, I love this guy. He's so comical. He's got these crazy stories. He was like, one day, I was riding on an asteroid, and I suddenly got the urge to just spark one up. So I just took out my big blunt, and I put the blunt next to the flame of the asteroid, and I watched Armageddon happen. That's a really old movie, like, from the, I want to say early 90s. Like, I was like really little when that came out. I want to say I was like three, 4, but that's back when we had like Blockbuster Video and Hollywood Video and all these places where you used to actually have to go into the movie stores and pick out the movie. And now I just go on Netflix and say, I want to watch this. So I thought that that was pretty cool how you got Usopp and he's telling Nami, hey, everywhere we're going, they're all after you. You want to split up? Like, this dude Usopp has no, like, when it comes to chivalry, it only applies to Kaya. Anybody else, he's just like, yeah, logic says they're after you. I don't have anything to do with this. I'll use you as a decoy. And Nami comes to that conclusion, and my girl just smacks him upside the head, and she's like, look, you're so heartless. You would use me as a decoy, and I'm going, like, I love you, girl, but you're the type, you would sell him out in a hot second in order to get access to their treasure chest. And speaking of the treasure chest, I like how when you got like the big wild boar, that she's coming in charging, and she's like, you cat burgling home wrecker. Nami didn't even hear home wrecker. She heard cat burglar. She's like, I didn't steal anything yet. Why are you picking on me? And it's because, you know, with Absalom, you know, he's got the whole thing where he's the invisible man. He saw Nami naked, fell in love with her, basically wants to make her his bride, and he tricks the chick into kind of going after her, and that's so he can capture her. And so you see Nami, she's kind of floating off, and Usopp's like, oh wow, Nami's flying. And I'm like, I really hope I misread that. I hope that's Chopper who said that. Because if that's Usopp, like, dude, you should be paying extra. Because we know Usopp has some pervy tendencies. He is probably looking up that skirt. Like, you should pay extra for peeping, and you should pay extra for being an idiot. Like, I love how, as, like, Nami's being carried away, very quick thinking on her part. She's like, oh, you're the invisible man? I don't make myself beautiful for just perverts like you. And I love this. I'm not like, I just want to make this clear. You know, you should know this already, but I know I've got like some newer people who watch these reviews as well. I'm not somebody that's like super feminist, like I'm all for equal rights and everything. But I like how we had that one moment where Oda decides, I'm not going to have Nami be the damsel in distress. I'm not going to use her for comedic relief, like where she's being pinned down up against the wall a few chapters back, and she just got out the bathtub and everything, so she was pretty indecent, and she kicks the dude in the nuts. Like, that was gag relief. This is actually her actually doing something, defending herself, and throwing the whole damsel in distress thing out the window, because she takes that rod that Usopp gives her. That sounds so dirty. Usopp gave her a rod. Oh, wow. But she takes the rod. Ooh, that sounds really dirty. So she takes the rod Usopp gives her, and she makes the lightning attack, and it shocks him. And you just see it. This dude's like, is this love? Is this what love feels like? It's like, nah, man, that ain't what love feels like. But it's enough to where Nami's able to escape, and they're able to kind of run off. And I love that we saw that, because what we're seeing in this chapter is we're actually seeing Oda take this whole damsel in distress thing, and he's flipping it on the head by having the two female characters in the crew actually take charge in situations. Like Nico Robin, she followed Franky's lead, and yet Franky was depending on her in order to get out of the situation. So in a way, Robin took lead, and in this case, Nami reacted, and yet at the same time, she was the one that took the lead. She opened up the opportunity for him to leave. So I like that we saw that, because when it opens up, you got this small duck / dog looking dude, and it's very interesting because he's a newcomer, and he's as strong as a general, and Sanji is as strong as one of the captains, right? And what was getting me is he uses his feet, and he's saying all this stuff about love, and then we had like the swordsman who was talking like Brook, and now Brook falls out the sky, and I'm wondering, when Sanji disappears, now Zoro disappears, now Luffy disappears, and the spider's just like, yeah, the same thing happened to them, it's going to happen to you. Is this going to be a situation where they get captured and their personalities or something are put into zombies? This is getting so fucking wacky. Like, it would be cool if there were zombie counterparts and you saw it and it was different personalities. That would be interesting. I would like to see that. If it's them in a zombie's body, because you got like that little duck thingy that was saying, why am I protecting this woman? I could never hit a woman. I could never kick her. Kick. Very strong word. Sanji doesn't use his hands. Sanji kicks. Sanji does everything for love. This is interesting. This is really interesting to me. Like, is Oda doing this, and is he, I hope to God he's not doing the cliche whole thing where they're placed in another body with their personalities, so if they don't have the memories, and oh, if this happens, I'm gonna fucking hurl. So I'm gonna cut it off here. My chapter question to you guys is between Robin and between Nami. Alright? Which one do you feel had the better shining moment in this chapter? But as always, guys, if you like anything I had to say, don't forget to comment, rate, subscribe, share. Thank you so much for watching to the end of the video, guys. Have an awesome day.